Okay, Grace Osaka is also here. Please join the video as well. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody, from wherever you're joining in. Welcome to day 5 of AWMIFF International Filmmaking Workshop for Women. And of course, it's been a lovely, lovely ride till this point. Can I feel your energies? Am I speaking your mind? Have you enjoyed yourself so far?
Yes.
Yes, ma.
All
I
right. So,
I kind of realized, yesterday we had one section. So the
yes.
thing was like, I was kind of looking forward to an evening section. Every since we started every day we have two
Mm-hmm.
sections. So in the morning. So I realized getting to evening I was looking forward to the class. I checked and there was no
Wow.
schedule. It was like today. I was like,
Yes.
okay, let me just prepare for today.
Okay. So the beautiful thing about this is that all the classes were recorded and they are now live on our YouTube channel. So you are not missing out on anything. Anytime you feel like you miss our faces or our voices, just go to the YouTube channel and watch, catch up. There's always something new to learn because you might have missed something, while being in the live class. But if you watch it again, you'll be like, oh, it's going to come back to you. All right, so day 5, it's all about pitching today. So you've learned from day 1 how to, create a film. Yes, we've been talking theories, because we are here together. But what we want to do now is put you out there, send you to the field to go and experiment. Do something for us. With the knowledge you've learned, let's see how you can create a 5 minutes to 10 minutes short film with your mobile device. Okay? We all have our smartphones, we all have our mobile devices. So we want to see what you'll be able to create. 5 minutes is the minimum and 10 minutes is the maximum. You go out there using the knowledge you gathered already within this past 5 days to create a piece of visual, audio visual, yes, because we want to hear your sound as well. So audio visual that is interesting, appealing, and also engaging. That's what we want to see you do within the next 2 weeks. So we are conveying here again on the 12th. Is it the 12th? Am I correct? Let me look at the calendar again. 2 weeks from
25th.
today.
Okay, okay, next.
Yes, today is 25th. So we are conveying on the 12th, Tuesday, 12th of April. Um, I hope that day is convenient for us. Probably we can make it an evening event so that we'll just all together watch our pieces and judge ourselves. Is this okay by everybody? Are we good?
Be good.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Of course, all the facilitators would have watched your films. As you're doing your films, you're uploading to wherever, either your YouTube channel or your Vimeo, but post the link to us on the training ground. We'll do our watching and rating and the rest. And then when we converge again on Tuesday evening, the timer will be set on this group. It will count down as usual. We'll get to do the ratings and give our verdict. That's how it's going to go. Okay. So let's get into pitching, shall we? I can see, I'm going to be calling you as you're on my screen. I can see Grace Oseka, I can see Mercy Grace next, I can see Arafat next, and then Sahara to next. So that's how we're going to be going right now. Grace Oseka, are you ready? We all have a few minutes to do this. So you just pitch your story. Don't spend too much time. What we want to hear is um try to make your story into a quick um experience for us. Okay, so I want to tell a story of a girl who has been um raped, abused, something. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to do this, do this, do this, do this. That. That's how you should explain it. So when you're done, If we are not clear in certain areas, we're going to ask you location, costume, the rest. When we are clear, we'll move on from there. Are we good? Did you get the idea? Is there anything you want to ask before we start? Do you have any questions?
Yes.
Okay.
It, is it? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good
I can hear you.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Is it necessary to share my scripts with you, or I should just?
No. Just you're just pitching. You're just telling us. Just talk to us. Tell us about your idea, what you want to do with the
Okay, okay,
film. Yes,
okay,
just try to summarize in the next okay, so this is 12:14. Let's say 5 minutes, you're done in the next 5 minutes. So we can get into
okay,
the next person's
okay,
story. Okay, so your time starts now,
okay.
Grace Oseka.
Good afternoon, everyone. My story is going to focus on the female gender in Women's Day.
Please, is it only me? I can't hear her.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
her screen is frozen.
Okay.
Okay, so let's not waste too much time. Mercy Grace, are you comfortable enough to, give
okay,
us
I
the
think she's
story?
back.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
she's back. All right, she's back. She's back. Yes, we
Sorry,
can
it's
hear you.
network. Well, my story is about a young lady who finished school and went in search of
Title,
a
please.
job.
Title before you start. Title of your story.
Okay, I titled it Life. So it's all about a lady who finished school, she served, and she went in search of a job. Various places she went to, and the first place she went to, they rejected her because of her gender and she didn't have any experience. The second place, the employer tried to molest her sexually and she got angry and just left the premises. She went to the third place also for an interview, and the person was like, okay, your result is good, you have everything, but still boils down to experience. You don't have experience. And she began to plead to the employer that he should just give her a try. And if she doesn't meet his expectation, he can just let her go. And he just felt pity and gave her the job. After some months, he called her and was um, praising her that he didn't expect what she did because she even performed way beyond his expectation. And at the end, I want to do a narration of just to say a few things. There are women in tech, there are women in the health sector, the educational sector, the movie industry who are making waves. We just need to give them opportunity, give them a chance to show their worth and prove their skills, what they can do to the society, and also add value to the society.
Yeah. Okay, that's quite fast. 3 minutes. All right. So, Gracie, your story is titled Life, and
Yes,
you have a female, just one female in the story.
yes.
How many male?
She went to three.
Three males.
Yes.
Okay. And the places of work where she's going to be going to, do you have locations for them? The three places that should be rejected and the rest.
Yes, I do
You
have.
have different offices for them.
Yes.
Okay. What else did I notice in your story? So when you're doing your narration, at the end after the actors have played. So is this supposed to be like a documentary style? We watch a play and then you walk into screen to talk to us, or um, you have a plan for the narration?
Well, what I have in mind is, as the narration is going on, there'll just be a very soft music in the background, and sort of maybe writing out what I'm saying. So as the narration is going, the words are like highlighted on the screen.
Okay, okay. So we are seeing like a combination of, it's almost documentary style. Okay, so you're going to be exploring a lot of POVs. All right. So Miss Time, do you have any question? Any before we move on to the next person? I'm not totally clear about your story, but well, maybe someone would be.
Mm, let's just move on to the next person, and at the end of it, I'll just give a verdict of each person's story.
Okay.
Mm.
Next on my screen is Mercy Grace. Mercy Grace, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Right.
So, the title of my story is Icho. That's the title of my story. So, and it's about the story of a girl, a young lady that has so many decisions to make, and then she has house choices to do. She has responsibilities to pay attention to. Then at a point there was this opportunity that she put in for so long. So at that moment where she was deciding, okay, how do I manage my time to do my house chores, to go to work and everything, a letter was sent to her that the opportunity into the academy in the USA has clicked, that they have chosen her. And then at that moment she called her boyfriend that she has some good news for her boyfriend. And then immediately she said, I have some good news for you. Her boyfriend now said, oh, you mean you have accepted my proposal? It was a two contrary thing. She wanted to tell her boyfriend another thing. Her boyfriend was expecting another thing. So she now said no. So they dropped the call. And then she was thinking, oh, which one should I go for? How do I make decisions in times of these situations? Should I go for marriage, or should I go for my career? Or how do I balance it? So at some point, she just like, I beg, let me go and catch some fun, because this whole responsibility of an adulthood is choke. So that's my story.
Okay. All right. So how many characters are we looking at right now? I only picked out the girl and the boyfriend.
We have four, but two visible and two invisible. Because there will be two calls. So the boyfriend and one of our friends, I will first of all call at the beginning of this thing. We will not see them. We just see their name on the phone. Then the two people that we are going to see only our own face. Then the second person is just the hand. We have a hand on the door knocking, and then she opens the door. So the POV will be on her face, not on the person knocking. Then the
Hmm.
next thing we see is she collects the file from the person. So we are not going to see the face of that person that brought the file, just the hand giving her the file.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next person on my screen. Arafat. Arafat, you didn't join the video.
Oh, my network is going off and on, so I'm trying to like balance it. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Are you balanced now? Okay. All right. So take it away.
So the title of my story is No Denouement, and it's based on this incident that happened in Lagos about a girl who entered a BLT bus, and she was suspicious of the bus. And on her way down home from the island late at night, she couldn't make it home because nobody heard as in what happened to her. She was murdered along the line. So when you talked about we reusing the characters, I felt okay. How will I tell the story doing that? And that's why I've decided to take the story from the perspective of the friend she contacted. So my own story will be one character, the girl, and the girl should that friend that she contacted while on the bus. So the story starts from when she contacted the first thing will be like an introduction about the park and all that, talking about Lagos in general, and then with a narrator. And then the second thing will be the friend at home she'll be on a call saying the friend is saying she's at the BLT bus is about to enter. Then a few minutes back, she texts her that she's afraid the bus is dark and it's only with two other men, which is strange and all that. And then the next thing, we do not like we see clips of the actual images of the girl, how like how the girl nobody maybe the next morning, but it will be the next morning, and then the girl, we see clips of her all over the internet. The girl that was murdered. So I want to use like the actual image of like the girl, and afterwards, the friend she gets bullied online. Everybody's saying, how will your friend tell you about this? And through the text messages, I'll show screenshots of comments and not under the post. And then afterwards, we'll see like images of the real images of when the mother of the girl went to the BLT bus and she was screaming, "Where is my child?" and all that. And then afterwards, we move back to the friend when the friend was she's depressed and all, and then she got a notification that they have found the driver, and then she clicks on the video, and then I showed the real video of the BLT driver who was captured and interrogated, and then afterwards we move to the last scene where the friend is weeks afterwards, the friend is still
Oh, so I think it's network again. I hope she comes back. Okay, so I think that's a bit more clearer. I hope we're all picking one or two things. Just in case you want to modify any part of your story, you're free to do so today, while we are on this session. The whole idea is to get you a mentor, and we cannot mentor you if we don't understand your story. Okay. I think Arafat is off the call. Okay, let's move to Sahara 2. Sahara 2, are you ready?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Okay. So my story talks about an unnamed girl who is struggling with her identity of having.
Title of your
Okay,
story.
not fair. That's the title. So my story talks about an unnamed girl who is struggling with her identity of having dark skin. Now she believes that the sky is big enough to contain everybody or every person's dreams and aspirations, but she discovers that she's due to societal limitations and some stereotypes, she's struggling to attain her dreams. So, in short, that's my story.
Okay. So basically, the story is focused on this particular lady, just one lady. So it's an internal struggle for her, or did she feel bad about, did someone make her feel bad about her skin, or this is just an internal struggle for her?
Okay, so in if I want to describe the scenes, to answer your question, it would be long, but I think that's what will best help for you to understand. So in the opening scene of my movie, a window opens, revealing a dark-skinned girl who is looking into space. So it focuses on her for a few minutes, and then it moves on to the same girl sitting on a platform overlooking a football pitch, and
These are
she's
your
holding.
scenes. These are your scenes. This is not the story. These are your
Yes.
scenes. That's how you want to shoot it.
So
Okay, but I want to know the struggle of your character right now. What is your character struggling with? Is it internal or external?
I think external.
Okay,
External.
so there should be another character or someone who makes her feel bad about her skin. probably it might be social media, for example. Maybe the magazine covers that she sees, they're all thin or light girls or something.
So I was coming to that. So after that scene, there's another scene of some kind of a flashback where she's standing and looking at something, and the inscription on the paper is they are auditioning for a movie role or a role, and as part of the requirements, they needed fair skinned ladies, and she wants so much to audition for this, but she's being limited by her dark skin. So I want to put that scene there too. There's no one to act out to prevent her, but that inscription to tell that she wants to do this, but she can't do that because her skin is dark.
Yeah. Yes, I think I like it. Okay, so what is she going to do? She wants to be an actress, and her skin is not suitable by society standards. What is she going to do? How will she achieve her aim? Will she achieve her aim? Your mic is off. It's turned off.
Sorry, I thought it was on. So in my movie, I left it open, an open sort of ending. She doesn't achieve her her dreams or her motive in the end.
Okay. All right. Arafat, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, so let's hear the concluding part of your story.
Okay, so like I was saying, the last thing is going to be back to our friend, where our friend is talking about where she's depressed and she's asking for help. Like, so there'll be a narration saying what happened to Bamishe on this day, what happened next, what is the government doing about it, and all. So like that, I've changed my main character from the real event, the girl who died, to this friend now. So a conflict will be the trolling, a struggle will be the trolling on the internet, and how everybody was, pushing it to her that should have be of more help. And then it will end like sadly because she doesn't achieve her aim. She doesn't know what happened to her friend at the end of the day, and that's why there's no denouement because no one knows what happened to the girl. So that's what I want to. But then my fear is that I do not know if I can actually fuse in the actual image, like the actual videos and clips from the real event in my own story, which is
Yeah, I
basically
was
the
going to ask that if you had the rights to.
yes, that's what I want to ask. That's what I was looking to ask. Because that's the only problem I have. Because that's like the bedrock of my story. So I have the clips, but I do not know if I can fuse them in. Is it legal? Is it
A
okay?
lot of these movies that have been done that situate real life stories, most of them towards the end they show the real life characters. You don't have to use the real person if you're telling the story.
Mm,
But at the end of the day, we can have like you did you see what they did with Paul Walker's when Paul Walker died? you know um there was this, they just played it, and then towards the end they now played moments with him and started singing that it's been a long year without it, like this sober song you know so if you want to dedicate the film to this girl, it's easy to do if you have an actor that just you just tell us the story from whatever point of view angle you want to tell us. You don't have to use the real footage except you have rights to them. Do you understand? So most of the films where you see that probably they use real footages of these things, it's either they already have the license from the family of the people. Like some people want to do Wale Soyinka story now or Fela's story. They have to go to Fela's family to go and get rights so that they can get the original footages from his performances and the rest. But right now, because it's social media, anybody just uploads stuff and the rest. You don't have the rights to them except you want to start writing to the police now, for example, because the police released that video of the interrogation of the driver, right? Then some other clips online, you don't have rights to them. And sometimes, the way social media goes, very soon, some people might strike it out and say they are fake news, and the rest. So you need to be careful, but just tell your story as creatively as you can, but stay away from, getting absorbed into social media drama. At the end of the day, you can dedicate, you're free to, as a creative, you can do a story around the incident. You're free to do that, but then you can dedicate the film to that character, whoever the original person, you know and of course you are linking it to more other ladies out there that this could happen to. That's the lesson we are trying to learn from it. Yes. So
Yeah.
using the original footages can be done at the end of your piece, but in the piece itself, it would you can be sued. You can be sued for it. You might fall into all those plagiarism drama, and you don't want that right now. So it's good. I love the POV. I love where you're taking the story, the angle from. So it's a very interesting one. So just look at how you can do without using the original footages in there. You can create any other thing that you want to create. The beautiful thing is that you already have a character where you're telling the story from. So whatever that character tells us, that's what we're going to believe. That's how you want to tell the story. And it must not be exactly what happened. Drama is an exaggeration of life. Okay. So you can exaggerate it, make it even more gory, because we need to fall in love with your character. We need to sympathize with your character. We need to feel the pain that your character is feeling, the helplessness, for example. Um, your character is listening to a friend being raped or something on the bus and the rest. We need to feel her helplessness. We need to know what she's, going through and the rest. So I'm sure your mentor will be able to, guide you more on this line, as we go forward. But I like the angle towards it, but just stay away from using original footages in your film. At the end of the day, when you're done with your film, the credit and dedication can be dedicated to every other girl out there who has lost their lives. For example, do you remember the girl that, um, the one that was lured by the boyfriend to Akwa Ibom, and they butchered her and threw her in the soccer way?
Yes,
You
yes.
know, we had another story, a lot of girls. So it can be dedicated to every girl out there who has lost their lives in for just being a girl, for just being a woman. You understand? So you can do that with your story and just situate this present one, the one that is trending now, as as you scroll. And it must not be exactly, you can, even if you're situating it like dedicating to all the girls out there, you can have clips of these girls' faces roll at the end of the day with this subtle, this kind of solemn music, you know, playing underneath. Do you get? So it's a beautiful piece. All right. So Mr. Time, do you have anything to contribute to this again? Okay, Arafat, you wanted to say something. You have a question.
I said thank you, ma. I will look into those changes and
Yeah, you're
provide them.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Mr.
All
Time.
right. Great stories so far, and beautiful stories. And these stories, I can assure you, would change, a lot. A lot of people will be able to relate with your stories. I just hope that you guys will find the courage to pull through, and we're going to be here to assist you to make sure that these stories are made into short films. And short films are just like advertisements of what you can do. So what you can basically do is that no matter how short you think these stories are, because these stories are beautiful, they can be made into feature films. So what I would advise that you do, this being, as a storyteller and all of that, is that in as much as you're trying to write it into short films, if you can extend it to a feature film and complete the story, because you never can tell who will see these stories and like, they want to make it into a feature length film and all of that. And you now say, no, it's just this one that I have. No. If you even have a short film, and if you have a feature length film, what you can do is to pick a part of it and make it into short film. Now, by the time it gets out there, people see it and say, this is an abridged version of the story. this is what I plan to do, but because of constraint in budgeting and all of that, that's why I had to just do this piece. So I'm just saying that to say there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of things that you can do around your story. But I can tell you that these stories, these topics that you guys are treating are things that the society actually needs. And as a filmmaker or as a creative, whatever, whenever you give the society what they need, sometimes what they don't think they even need, by the time you give it to them, they will give you what you want. And that is fame, that is money, whatever endorsement, whatever comes with it. So it now depends on you now how you are going to tell these stories. And that's why we're here. We have heard the story. I've heard the story. I'm in love with all the stories. And I can't wait to start working with you guys to see how we can piece them together to, you know, make them come out fine, beautifully, and as creative as possible. So well done, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so don't start getting confused. You're thinking already, how do I start creating a feature film now? Hey, let's start small. 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Create a full beginning, middle, and an end, okay? That's what we are concentrating on right now. So that's what we should focus on. I can understand Sahara's story. I can understand Arafat's story. Grace Oseka, Grace Oseka and Mercy Grace, I still need to hear your stories again. I still need to hear your stories again. Grace Oseka, tell me what your character wants right now.
So the problem of my character is she's looking for a job.
Okay, your character is looking for a job.
She's trying to get a job, yes.
Okay. Um, for how long? You know, everybody's looking for a job these days. Everybody's looking for a job these days. So why is it important right now that this character is looking for a job? Is there anything, you know, pushing the character? Is there any external or internal struggle for the character? How well to do is she? You know, why is she looking for this particular kind of job? You know, we need to be able to sympathize or empathize with your character. Um, what's her struggle? What's her story?
Okay, I don't really have the top part, but she just finished school, and I'll put it, maybe she's the firstborn and she has younger ones who she needs to assist her parents to take care of. Hence the her going to search for a
You
job
know, the
after school and
desperation.
serving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you know, we need to balance. I know that it's fiction, but we need to balance fiction and um, our realities as well. Have you checked the rates of unemployment in Nigeria? You know, so that's the reason why a lot of people would ask you, why is our own story? Why is she special? Do you understand? So we need to see some struggle. We need to understand from where her pain is coming from, the reason she's pushing. We need to understand it. That's why I'm asking. Because when you just tell me, it feels like a just their kind of story, you know. Some people will tell you, why is she not going to try laboring jobs or try some other kind of jobs, or you know, people will give you options. You know, will question her need for her desperation basically. So we need to be able to answer that in your story. That's what will make your story strong. Okay, if not, it will just be like an ordinary story. That's why I did not feel the story at first. Okay, so for the other two stories, you can see that there is a need, there is that push, there is that um, urgency in their stories. For example, Sahara's story, there is like a deadline for that audition that she wanted to. Of course, we know that some opportunities come, and they just go, right? So that there is an urgency there. If she doesn't make that one, she breaks down. We see Arafat's story. There's a timeline. There's a phone call. So there is an urgency on that story. So what's the urgency in your story? And one of the beautiful things about short stories is you don't have the luxury of time. For instance, like feature film that you start telling us, she wakes up, she does this, she does that, she does that. It's like a punch, 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 punch from one incident to another, from one incident to another. You just keep building the climax. That's what would retain our attention. Okay, so that's why I'm really asking. Think about the urgency again. I'm going to come back to you. Okay, so Mercy Grace, are you there?
Yes,
Come and talk to me.
come and talk to me.
Okay, so you heard my
You heard
you heard
my
my conversation with Grace, right?
conversation with Grace, right? Yes.
Okay, so what's the urgency of your
Okay, so
character?
what's the urgency of your
Why
character?
does your character need
Why
what
does
she
your
needs
character
right now?
need what she needs right now? The urgency of my character is that she needs to make a decision. She has been looking for an opportunity in the in for a very long period of time, and she has been waiting. Then on the other side, her boyfriend has asked her hand in marriage, but then she has not replied. So at that point, the opportunity came forth, and now she needs to travel abroad, and then her boyfriend has proposed marriage. Which one we should go for, the marriage or the career? And she has put effort in both the career and both the marriage. But if it is for a guy can easily say, okay, let me go, I'll come back and pick you. Ladies now you want to, but because it is a lady, a guy will not want to say, so you are neglecting a relationship for your career. So that's the urgency of my story.
Okay, it's a bit clearer now.
It's a bit clearer
It's a bit
now.
clearer, but
It's a bit clearer, but
the fact that you
the
said you
fact that
only
you
have
said you only have
the female, the
the
character, that's the
female,
only
the
person
character,
that
that's
would
the only
be
person that would
on
be
screen.
on
That's my
screen.
challenge
That's
right now.
my
I'm trying to
challenge right
piece it
now. I'm
together.
trying to piece it together. I have that, like there will be a voice over. So I
Mm,
have very less of dialogue. So it's a voiceover that will talk about how that the lady has been struggling. That okay, sometimes she's excited because she has a home to run to. And other times when you remember all the responsibilities, all the things you need to make decisions about, then you become very sad again. But then sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. So
hmm
so that's how the voiceover will go, the voiceover will go, the voiceover will go.
Okay, so
Okay,
I'm actually
so
interested in this your
I'm
story
actually
because there is
interested
a
in
lot
this
of
your story
angles
because
to
there
it.
is a lot
First
of
of all,
angles to it. First of all,
um, societal
um,
pressure,
societal pressure,
the need to get married as a
the need
lady,
to get married as a lady,
then probably
then
investment of
probably
time.
investment of
We need to see
time.
her that she
We
has
need to see
invested
her that she has
probably
invested
6 years, 8 years
probably
with this
six
guy,
years, 8 years with this guy,
and then we still need to
and
see the
then we
fact
still need
that
to see the fact that
she's
um,
interested in schooling
she's
still,
interested in schooling still,
an opportunity abroad.
an opportunity
Um,
abroad.
so I was looking at two
So
female
I was looking
characters
at two
joining
female
them,
characters
probably the
joining
mother
them, probably the
and
mother
a girlfriend,
and
a
a
female friend.
girlfriend, a female friend.
And while the
And
guys,
while the guys,
we have the
we
guys
have
playing in.
the
I want
guys
to actually
playing in.
see her
I want
boyfriend
to
in the
actually see
picture.
her
The
boyfriend
boyfriend will
in the
actually
picture.
make
The
it
boyfriend will actually make it
more realistic. So if we can
more
have four
realistic. So if we
characters
can have four characters
or five characters, the main
or five
character, her
characters, the main
mother,
character, her mother,
her best friend, and the
her best
boyfriend. Okay,
friend,
four
and the
characters.
boyfriend. Okay, four
So if
characters.
we can have these
So if we can
characters,
have these characters,
and then play the other ones
and
into
then play
voiceovers,
the
or
other
even the
ones
mother
into
can
voices,
actually
or
be
even
played
the
as a
mother can actually be
voiceover.
played as a
Maybe a
voiceover.
call. She has a call
Maybe
with
a
the mother,
call. She
and
has a call with
the
the
mother
mother,
is
and
reminding her, "You
the
are a
mother is
woman.
reminding her, "You are a woman.
No matter how you do
No
it,
matter
you
how you
need
do
to
it,
get
you need
married."
to get married.
So if we have that, but
So
we
if we
still
have
have
that, but we
herself
still have
and a
herself
girl and a
and
guy,
a
her
girl
boyfriend, so
and
that
a
we'll
guy,
see
her
that
boyfriend, so that we'll see
okay,
that
there is
okay,
a relationship.
there is a
You understand?
relationship.
So the
understand?
only person she's
So
able to
the only person
confide
she's able
in
to confide
is her
in
best friend,
is her
who,
best friend,
by the time
who,
she's having an
by the time she's
issue,
having an issue,
her guy has proposed to
her
her.
guy has
Now
proposed
she
to her.
comes to tell the
Now
friend.
she comes to
By
tell
the
the
time
friend.
the
By the
opportunity
time
comes, she
the
still
opportunity comes, she
tells the
still
friend that, oh,
tells the
this is
friend
it.
that,
So she
oh,
has
this
that
is it. So
dialogue
she has
between
that
herself
dialogue
and
between herself and
her friend. If we can
her
see that,
friend.
if you
If
can
we can
create
see that, if you can
probably these
create
three characters
probably these three
instead of
characters
just the female
instead of just
character,
the female
can you get
character,
a friend
can you get a
to play
friend
with her,
to play
like
with
a
her,
female friend and a
like
male
a female
friend?
friend and a male friend?
So
Yes,
if we can
yes,
get
yes,
them,
yes. So if we
yes, the
can get
story will
them,
come
yes,
to
the
life.
story will come to life. There's even
The
one thing
story will
that
come to
just
life.
dropped my mind now. One thing just
Hmm.
dropped my mind now that it can be like she wants to go and deliver the good news to her boyfriend, not knowing that her boyfriend also is planning to propose that same day. So both of
Hmm.
them have different agenda, and then at that point she will now be confused that okay, should I say yes or should I not say yes and all. So I will work on the script again.
Mm, well,
Mm,
we'll still work
well,
on that script. We'll
we'll
still
still
work
work
on
on
that
that
script.
script. We'll still work
It's
on
very
that script.
important that you
It's
work on the script
very
because
important that you work on the script
why
because
why
why
should why
should
where is the confusion
where
coming
is the
from?
confusion coming from?
Do you
Is the
understand what
where
I'm
the
saying?
confusion
Like,
do you understand what I'm
she
saying?
can
Like
have it all.
she
She
can
can
have
have
it
it all. There are
all.
people
She
that
can have
have
it all. There are
been
people that have
proposed to,
been
that
proposed
they
to,
have
that
they
they
get the
have
opportunity to
they
travel
get
and
the
they are
opportunity
happy,
to travel and they are happy,
with their fiance or
with
fiance
their
and the
fiance or
rest. So
fiance
they
and
go
the
with the
rest. So they
person
go
and
with the
whatever. So
person
why
and
the
whatever. So
confusion?
why the
We need to be
confusion?
able to
We need to be
create a
able to
serious
create a
confusion
serious
that is not
confusion
just tied
that is
to
not
must
just
she take
tied
this one or
to
this
must she
one.
take this one or this one.
It's not a compulsory. She
It's
can
not a
get the two
compulsory. She
together
can get the two together
if she has an understanding
if she
partner. Do
has
you
an
understand?
understanding partner.
So
Do you
we need to
understand?
be able to
So we
play
need to be able to play
something. There is a conflict
something.
before a
There is a
conflict.
conflict before a conflict.
Yeah, that's what we need to
Yeah,
play. If
that's what
not,
we need to
I don't
play.
I
If
don't
not,
see it as a
I
strong
don't see it as a strong
confusion that should I take my
confusion that
boyfriend or
should
should I
I
take
take
my
my
traveling
boyfriend or
out.
should I take my traveling out? Okay.
All right. So that's an
All
interesting
right. So that's
story.
an interesting story.
Any other person has any
Any other
challenge
person
here?
has
Then I
any?
like all the stories so far. Grace Oseka, I said I was going to come back to you. Have you got a strong confusion now for us?
Yeah, I was thinking at the beginning when she's back home with her certificate, her mom will tell her that she has younger ones, she has to take care of them, and maybe her dad is ill, which will necessitate her getting a job.
Okay.
So that's the.
Okay. So had all right. So that's still not strong because, but I think it's a good start. It's a good start, but it can still be better. It can still be better. Okay, so we're just two on the call today. What I would do is I would share this replay with the other facilitators and let's see who is interested in what story. And then you would get links to join their WhatsApp group where you would have one-on-ones to start building your story all over again or start shooting. Okay. I already think I'm interested in one or two stories here. I love all the stories anyway, but for aesthetic purpose, I'm really concerned about aesthetics. So for aesthetic purpose, I think I like one or two stories already. But we're going to do it as a team. I'm going to send this. Just expect at the end of today links to join your mentors so that you can start work on your stories already. Not just your story, your film. So congratulations, ladies. You've done so well, and this is a start of many more productions to come. Don't worry, it gets easy as you go by. You just need to scale the first hurdle, and then when you're done, you'll now be like, did I do this myself? Like, seriously, I did this. That's how it goes. So just expect links to join your mentors by the end of today. And from there on, we converge again. Your submission should come in on Friday, the You're on Friday, the let me see. This is 25th, first 8th. On Friday the 8th, that's when your submission should come in. Your film should be ready. That is everything. You are done editing, you're done shooting, editing, and everything. Put your films on the group, send the links to us on the training group by 8th of April. That you have exactly 2 weeks to create your film. Today's 25th. So you have exactly 2 weeks to create your film. Send it to us on the training ground. We'll watch it on Tuesday, the 12th. We would have our final submission ready for you. Are we good? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, enjoy your day. Just expect the links to your mentors group by the end of today. By the time they listen to you, they will choose who they want to work with. And don't feel, if you need to reach out anytime, please, my DM is open. My You can always reach out to me, contact me for anything at all. Okay? Have a great day, everyone.